Hello everyone, Tim Gaming, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you another one of my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplays. Now today's gameplay, as you can see here, is using the Chicom, and I'm using it with fast mags and laser sight, and my perk setup is flak jacket, toughness and hardwired from perk 2, so obviously I'm using the perk 2 greed wildcard, and then tac mask in the final slot. And this is a really good aggressive objective class, and this is the sort of class I use when I'm just going to throw myself on the hard point, because especially in game modes like domination and hardpoint, you know, that central objective or the B dom, it's an absolute magnet for everything. You'll get grenades, you'll get EMPs, flashes, concussions, everything will just go flying out, and this class protects you from absolutely everything. You sponge damage, and it's absolutely fantastic because, you know, the enemy will throw some stuff in, they'll hit you with their concussions, and they'll expect you to be stunned, or they'll throw an EMP and they'll go, oh, he'll be stunned, and you're completely unaffected. And obviously that's a massive advantage in an objective game mode, especially hardpoint. But before I continue on, as you can see here, unfortunately theatre mode bugged out a little bit, but fortunately enough, it only deleted about 5 seconds of footage there, so there's nothing to panic about. The rest of the gameplay is uninterrupted and we can enjoy it from there. But before I talk a little bit about the Chicom or the map or whatever, I just want to tell you how revision's going. And actually it's going pretty well at the moment. I've been revising for about a week and a half. I've got my first exam on the 21st, and what I've been doing is I've been focusing on one topic at a time, trying to get that completely out of the way and set up and then move to the next one. And you know, I've got an exam about 7 days after the others, so got a little bit of a gap later, so I haven't actually touched that revision for the third exam yet. So it's worked out pretty well. Revision's going well. I'm actually pretty confident at the moment. I've got a couple of the topics already on everything that I'm really clued up on, so fingers crossed, touch wood and all that. As long as I can keep the work up, it's going to go very well. But, you know, I just wanted to upload a Call of Duty gameplay today because it's pretty fast, and I'm still working in the background today, you know. Friday is a proper work day. I'm going to be revising all day, but if you guys are interested in FIFA, and I know a lot of you are, I'm going to try and get a FIFA video up for you tomorrow, and the chances are it's going to be the squad builder for my GB&I Lions team. So if you're interested in FIFA, that's something to look forward to there. But let's talk a little bit more about the gameplay now. Hardpoint has finally had its spawns fixed after that bit of a disastrous experiment from Treyarch. And ever since then, you know, I've been playing it a lot, and multi-team has increasingly come onto my playlist a lot more, because early on in the game, you know, we just stick to the regular 6v6 versions of everything. Partially because, you know, most of the time we had a party bigger than 3 people, so multi-team doesn't work, and this is a major fail from me here. Should have killed both of them, ended up killing none of them, but never mind. But anyway, like I was saying, over the past month or so, multi-team has really come into the playlist a lot more, and I really like how it plays, because the 3v3v3 style seems to create a much more aggressive style of gameplay. Because if any of you guys have played 6v6 domination and hardpoint, you get those games where the enemy team goes nowhere within about 40 miles of the objective. They will sit so far back in their spawns and camp and try and snipe and use LMGs and try and flank, and it's just, they'll lose by 250 points to naught in a hardpoint game, and they'll go like 12 and 10 and think they've done well, and it can really slow the game down, and it can make it very unenjoyable. But the great thing with multi-team is it just seemed to inspire that more aggressive style of gameplay. I mean, you see this game here. We win very comfortably. It's a pretty big victory. But every single gunfight I run into is in and around the objective, or it's on an enemy heading in the right direction. You know, it's not shooting some guy in the back who's trying to flee with Ghost or flank. There's no snipers in this gameplay, so it's a lot more fun. And I have to say, I love playing Call of Duty like this. I like competing for objectives. I like trying to beat teams 250-0 in hardpoint, or trying to win 200 points to 40 in a domination. You know, big wins like that are fun, and it's a lot more fun when the enemy team actually tries to compete. And this is what I would recommend to you guys. You know, you see a lot of bad players out there, or new players, and all they do is sit in the back of the map and they camp for their KD. And you don't get better by doing that, because you don't move around, so you don't learn the maps, you don't learn the flow, so you can't use map advantage as a weapon in your arsenal. You're not going to get any better gun skill, because you're just head glitching all the time, so all you have to do is pull R1, so you're not going to get your reflexes trained, or you're not going to be accurate when you do get surprised in a gunfight, and you just get frustrated frustrated because you'll camp and camp and camp for your streaks, and the one time you'll get them, you think you've done really well, but the other 25 times you try, you won't get it. And it just increases frustration, and it's much, much more enjoyable to run around and throw yourselves on objectives and try and get points and try and win games. And I have to say, multi-team really does seem to get that a lot more right than the standard 6v6 pubs do. And this is the one problem I have with Black Ops 2. Yeah, that is the people you play with. You know, there are so many scrubs in this game, and there are so many cheap classes that people like to roll out. I mean, the new favourite is the silenced LMG now. So many scrubs use that. It is unbelievable how many people you see with silenced LMGs. But I have to say, if you haven't given multi-team a try, do so, because it's really fun. The variety of game modes keeps it fresh, and the fast-paced nature of it, it means it's very, very enjoyable. And the good thing about it as well is you very rarely get those larger maps. They're all the small maps, so you know, stuff like Aftermath isn't on it, and Drone you don't get very often, and because those are the worst maps in Black Ops 2 by absolute country miles. Aftermath is a horrendous map, and you never ever get it in multi-team, so that's another good thing as well. So the maps are great, fun game modes and varied game modes, fast-paced gameplay. What's not to love about that? It's a great game mode, and I heartily recommend it. But the gameplay is slowly winding down to a close here. It's a pretty sweet Chicom gameplay, and I absolutely love the Chicom. It's got the rate of fire to compete up close, but it's nice and accurate for an SMG as well, so you can pick people off at mid-range. It's a good weapon, and I really recommend it. And in this gameplay, I think I get about a 900 score per minute game, somewhere around there. You know, we beast the enemy team, get several VSATs, win by a country mile in hardpoint, and it's just a pretty comprehensive victory. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Just to remind you again, I'm going to endeavour to get a squad builder up for you guys tomorrow. I know it's Epic Cup final day and Villa also play, but I'll try and get that up for you. And revision permitting, I will attempt to get as many videos out next week as possible. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.